Okay, guys, Chris Cullen back with you on CC's Aquatic Adventures. It's been a while since I did a video. Been almost 3 weeks. Had some stuff going on. Went on vacation for a week. Did some other things, and I haven't really been doing a lot down here. So I really haven't had a lot of content, but I did want to update you guys and let you know what we did down here. And as far as we said last time we were going to move stuff around down here so we could put a pool table. You can see all the stuff that was down in the middle here. All the tanks that were and the supplies are all gone. Got rid of them. You can see that it's all cleared out. We just got some stuff to go through. This is all stuff we're keeping. We still have to go through the Christmas stuff, but we would definitely have enough room for a pool table. The bike and everything. We're going to sell that stuff. So that stuff will be moved if we get a pool table. So we have plenty of room to do a pool table down here. But we had a pool table that we were going to get, but the guy flaked out on us. So we had to figure out what we're going to do with the pool table. We might just buy one, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, in the time being, we moved all these tanks around to one side. Pretty much, I got rid of a lot of tanks that were that I wasn't using. A 30-gallon, a couple 10 gallons, a couple 5 gallons. But the smaller tanks that were there, they're all gone. I got rid of all the black worm cultures. I realized I looked in there and everything was dead and it smelled. So it smelled really bad. So I moved it out of there, and we're just going to use these particular tanks. I plan on moving this bowl here upstairs eventually. So we're going to try to eliminate probably that shelf. The 20-gallon I kept because these guys in here are still breeding. I'll put a light down here. Down there, you can see that they're moving stuff around, so they're still trying to breed. They might have laid eggs already, but I'm not really sure. I really haven't seen any eggs. But I also moved the other smaller convict down here. He was being a pain in the ass. I actually had moved him to the community tank, and he was picking on aquariums and doing some other stuff. He was the little guy. I don't know if you can see him in there. He's usually hiding up back there, but he's hiding back there. You can see him over back in the corner. But he's a pain in the ass, and he didn't want to listen to what I was doing. So, or didn't want to listen to, or didn't want to stop picking on the fish. So we moved him down here. I may move him to a different tank eventually. I don't know. I gotta think about it because obviously he's not happy down there. If you're getting bushed around. I really don't know what to do with him, but I'm not going to put him in the 5-gallon because I'm probably going to get rid of these 5 gallons down here. Let me put this light down because I keep on thinking that the light is the damn phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these 5-gallon tanks down here. There's nothing in them right now. This one had the gold barb going to the right. He died, unfortunately. He lived a long life. Probably had him about 7 years. The two other ones, one's in there and one's hiding back there. But that one there is a gold barb, and he's been alive for quite some time now. Unfortunately, this guy didn't make it, so it happens. And then I also had a cichlid in here, the blue cichlid that was actually the baby from one of the cichlids I had upstairs, the mama. I moved him to a tank in New York. I told you I was going to do that. My brother has him in like a 45-gallon with a bunch of cichlids, so African cichlids. So hopefully that he will have a better home. I don't want to keep him in the 5-gallon. I also don't want to move that convict in the 5-gallon because these 5 gallons I'm only keeping in case I got to move a fish. But really, I don't have a heater in both of those tanks. This heater down here is not working, and I don't want to put a convict in 68-degree wet temperature. I just don't want to do it. If it was a little higher, like 74, I might move him down here. But we're going to keep him there for now until we figure out a place for him. Eventually, these angelfish are going to be moving up the stairs. Unfortunately, we have 2 sick angelfish right now. One that was always floating at the top. We kind of fixed him a little bit. He's getting better. I think these guys are just about ready to move upstairs. I want to give them like maybe another month or so before I move them up there. And then I can move the convict into that tank there and let him live there. But for right now, he has to stay in there and deal with it, deal with life. but he's got to stop picking on people. You know, I can't keep fishing in the tank that they're gonna pick on people. I just can't do it, even if you're small. I did notice when I went on vacation, I came home and there's 2 dead fish. So obviously he was picking on the smaller fish, and so we had to move them. And you know, we actually have 2 Severums in there that were actually really aggressive. They're not aggressive anymore. They're actually calmed down a lot. So you can see the convicts are out. If you look real closely, they're out. Um, Very pretty fish. But anyway, that's the case with that. Like I said, the angelfish are still there. They're growing. They're getting bigger. The black one and the other, the white and black one down here, are really pretty. They're just about ready to move. I think I might move. Maybe I moved the 2, but the cores are getting bigger too. So I may give it another couple of weeks and then put them up there. And it's kind of tight in there. You can tell they're nipping at each other's tails. So we'll have to figure that out. But anyway, I had the 2 angelfish upstairs. One was swimming on the side for a while. He had a swim bladder issue since he was born. It's gotten worse. So we're treating him with Melafix right now. Not Melafix, Maricin. And also the koi angelfish, we're treating him too, because he's got an issue that all three of my guys had at one point, as far as um, dealing with this internal issue that I can't figure out what was wrong. But ever since I've had them, they've been having this issue with. But I'll show you guys. I'm not gonna show you guys the fish up there because I just want to show it on TV, on YouTube. It's just gonna be cruel looking. But those 2 guys are being treated right now. So we're also gonna have to move these guys out as soon as that tank becomes available upstairs. 15-gallon. I'll show you. These guys will be moving up there. They get more space. I need to keep the babies in here. You can see how beautiful the babies are looking. They got a nice coloration on them, nice stripes. The mama doesn't like me going near them, but she'll get over it. But you can see they're beautiful fish, really pretty. I like the coloration. Mostly look like mom, but this is a good combination. They got both really good colors. I think this one might be a flower horn kind of mixed in there, but babies look good. You can see that he's trying to chase after me, but we got babies back there too looking. They're kind of keeping the peace over there. We feed these guys every day. They're getting bigger. So once we get the tank up, once we start treating them, we'll clean that tank out, put some carbon in there, clean out the medicine, then put these 2 big guys in there. But for right now, they're great parents, and you can tell that they're really taking care of their babies. So yeah, so it looks good. So we'll continue to watch that. This is the platy tank. There's probably more platies. There's about 10 platies in there. That's doing fine. So that's pretty much it, guys. And of course, you have the 15-gallon high, which we still have all the pencil fish in there, and the neons, black neons, and there's a couple of blue neons in there. But and there's the X-ray tetras are in there too. So they're really cool fish. That tank's been going around for a while. So hopefully, this tank, I haven't had any loss in this tank like 6 years. So we've had some good. And there's also my favorite type of fish is the zebra catfish. I mean the zebra. I can't think of the name of it. The zebra loach. Yeah, zebra loach are in there. They're doing really good. There's 2 in there. There's 5 in this tank here. That's a 30-gallon that we're still running with the barbs, and they like to hide in the rocks. We haven't really seen anybody come out yet, but we just turned the light on. But that's the barb tank. We can get back to this tank. You know that these are really hardy fish. I've had them for a while, and that's a good tank. And the last but not least, we have the leopard puffers. You see the one guy down there. There's 2 in there. All these snails that I was telling you guys about last time, they ate them all. There's all the shells, but there's some live in there. You can see right there is one. Well, that's a piece of algae, but these guys eat good. Pretty much all the shells are down there. I do have some more snails in there that they could eat. They like to hide. They come out during the day. Anyway, that is the puffer tank, and they're doing pretty good. And last but not least, I didn't show you guys this yet. This is the guppy tank. These are the babies that are growing out. We're eventually going to move this tank upstairs when we put a beta in there and actually cover it up so they don't jump out. But that's the beta tank. But you can see all these guys looking good down here. I'm mainly keeping these convicts separate so they can have babies. Like I said, these two guys will stay down here. I'll move the convict that's by himself in this tank here. I might do some kind of a small, cichlid tank here, maybe. I don't know. Thinking about it. And then obviously we have to move these guys eventually, and then we'll have to. I don't know what he's doing in there, but we'll have to move these guys. I'm looking at his eye. Looks like he might got some kind of issue with his eye. Anyway, I might have to do a water change in this tank, even though I just did one. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. But that's it down here, guys. And like I said, I'll give you a full view again of what we did, how much room we got down here now. It's just all confined to that one space, one area. And I got some storage on top there, but that's pretty much what we're going to use that for now. So that's what we got down here, guys. I'll give you an update upstairs. Give me about 2 seconds. So back upstairs, guys. This is my 37-gallon, I believe. It's a custom tank. It's a corner tank. This tank has never had a problem for me. I very rarely lose fish in here. I got layered tail mollies and guppies. This tank does great. Actually, there's endlers in there too. And I have one bumblebee goby that hides in there. But this is a tank that I don't touch. Plants grow great. I'm having a little bit of an issue with the Amazon sword, but I ordered some root tabs, so hopefully that will fix that problem. But for the most part, this is a tank that I don't touch. Water change once a month. It's just a great tank. A bunch of snails in there to keep it clean. It's one of those tanks where it's seasoned and you don't need a lot. You don't have to do a lot to do with that tank. It's filtered good. I very rarely touch that tank. I don't do anything with the gravel or anything. I'd let that tank go. It's got high GH in there because of the babies, because of the guppies. They do very, very well when the pH and the GH are high. Or dissolved minerals, which some people call it now. But whatever the case, I like to keep that high. And the only thing I do in there is crushed coral. If you see, I put a crushed coral right on top of the sponge filter back there, and that's it. That's all I do. It keeps the GH high, and these fish always are going to breed. So that's the trick to that tank. No real changes in this tank. No issues. We're good to go. Let's move into the garage. Hey guys, back in the fish garage. This tank, I have nothing to say about this tank. This is pretty much the same tank we've had for years. The only thing I did was move this onion plant in here. This sword is growing, but it's kind of a high Amazon sword, but it hasn't really done great in there. But we're actually gonna go to a nursery down here that sells fish plants, and we're gonna get some more plants for this tank, and the angelfish tank, which looks kind of bare. But we're gonna get some plants in there, but haven't been able to do that yet. Haven't had a lot of money. You can see we're still growing. The wisteria on top there does great. I don't even touch it. Good for the fish. I'll have to clean that filter out. But this is what you do when you walk around your fish room. You look at things and see how everybody's doing. Downstairs, a 10-gallon needed a water change. So I did a water change the filter. When you get more fish like that, sometimes you can have issues. I'm not sure if that fish had that spot in his eye. I don't know, but just to be safe, I did a water change, added some salt to that tank. And like I said, we'll have to move that guy once we get these guys treated. They're going to go in this 15-gallon. I don't really want to show you what's going on there because the fish are sick. It's kind of upsetting. I don't want to show that on a video. But this is the tank that the other fish downstairs, the convicts, are going to go in eventually. So we already planned that out, but we'll have plenty of space for these guys to breed. But anyway, getting back to this 40-gallon, I didn't lose any fish in this tank. So got the gourami in there. The top is a 40-gallon gourami mixed tetra tank, and the bottom one is a 20-gallon mixed tetra. And there's some other type of fish in there like cories, but there's a pearl gourami in there, and there's a bunch of tetras, X-ray tetras, rose, what do you call it? There's some also rasboras. You're rumming those tetras in there. I just opened this. I just turned this. Uh, oh, there's the gourami right there. I just turned this light on, so they're still bouncing around. But yeah, that's pretty much it in this tank. The 20-gallon high with the plants and of course all the tetras. Once they I start feeding them, they come out like crazy. So you don't see a lot in there, but that tank is doing great. There's some snails in there, just doing great. And like I said, I haven't touched that tank. And of course, we come to the angelfish tank, which will have more angelfish coming in there. There's only 2 in there right now. You still got all the other fish in there. The geophagus, the roseline sharks. There's a couple of Pseudodontis. There's a catfish, a Raphael catfish in there. There's a pleco in there. There's a bristlenose pleco. You can see there's keyhole cichlids. There's rasboras in there. And we're just starting off here, and looks like everything's doing pretty good. So like I said, I just turned these tanks on, so hopefully they'll be more a little active in here a little bit. But that's pretty much it for that tank. This tank here, the only thing I added in here was the severums. As you can see, they're getting pretty big. I'm going to be moving them into the 125 eventually. But for right now, the blue acara is in there. Everything's doing pretty good in there. We're going to be moving some fish around. Once we get the severums in the 125, we're going to get some more fish in here. I'm hoping to get some more tetras and some other stuff. But like I said, I just turned these lights on, so they're kind of still floating around and not really sure what they're doing. But once they get the lights turned on, they're pretty good. And obviously, I haven't put any lights in this tank yet, the 125. Still got the big Baylor sharks in there. You got the one African cichlid, and you got the other one that's hanging around too. That's the last 2 African cichlids I have. So there's also silver dollars, and these guys are going at it again. So it's a pain in the ass. I don't know what to do. Looks like that green terror is getting beat up again. So I don't know. There's not really much I could do about it. I don't have any more tanks that I can move. But it looks like he's got some really bad. He messed up his mouth, so I'm gonna have to put some salt in this tank. Anyway, it's always something with these cichlids. So I may have to move this guy that Jack Dempsey out of here, and then we'll have to figure something out because they're going at it again. So it's just stop it. It's just really, really frustrating that you can't have a tank without these cichlids attacking each other. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with that. That's just a nightmare. I didn't notice that they were doing this, but it looks like they're lip locking again. So we may have to make a change in this tank. Again, I have to see if I can get one of these fish out of here. I don't know. But anyway, those are the last 2 African cichlids. They don't fight. They're doing pretty good. So we may have to make a move on here and get rid of these guys who just keep fighting each other. So I don't know. It's just yeah. So if this happens, that's when you got to make a move and move some fish around. So I may have to call Vance and pick up this terror, one of these fish, and we'll have to just move him to a better tank. I'm probably going to move the Jack Dempsey out of there because he's so aggressive. But anyway, if that's the case, we haven't did much in that tank, but this is the tank that we're doing right now. Um, so anyway, that's the case. Like I said, not a lot of changes. Pretty much the same tanks. Haven't had any losses except for the angelfish, but we'll get through that. We'll get some more angelfish eventually, and that's pretty much it, guys. So, like I said, we'll have to make a move on this tank. I didn't realize that these guys were going at it again. Like they stopped for a while, but we'll have to move them and you know see what happens. So, anyway, till next time, guys. Remember, if you can't own them, rehome them. We'll see you next time.